John, I'm back again. Video number 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's what we've got. The blade is almost completed. It looks really good. Let me move you around some here. See that? It's really hard to get. I don't know if you're going to see that or not. But the pattern's great. Flakes look good. And we've ground just the edges. When I'm on that blade out there, I've got it at this angle right here. Just as like you're sharpening an actual knife. Putting good pressure into it. Watch the edge closely. You go too far, it'll start to eat chips out of your corners, out of your edges. And you want it to be pretty sharp, just like a real cutting blade, like a real metal knife blade. Only this time, no hand pad. You are going to use the leather, just like this. You still want to braid and get that nice sharp edge you've made abraded. And you don't want to go in and down because you don't want those flakes to travel in to this surface and disrupt this nice flake pattern that we have now. You just want to bite the edge and you want to push like straight down, like you were going to go down this way, down, 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 and it'll pop off that abraded edge there. Of course, you'll want to flake it and you'll want to look and make sure that you're removing everything that you want to remove. And that's about all there is to it. You just want to go on down. I'll just do this pretty quickly for you. Pushing straight down. You can see there I've gone to there. Straight down. Straight into the palm of your hand, so we're not disrupting our flake pattern. Doesn't require a great amount of pressure, so it's highly unlikely that you're going to break your knife at this point. Now when you get to the tip, you're going to need to be careful, and just like I normally do, I kind of skip the tip and save it for later towards the end, because you don't want to really thin that out and get a beautiful sharp needle point tip on there and then squeeze down too tight and snap it off with the palm of your hand, which I have done. Then you have to go up there and you have to reshape the tip of your knife, and if you really knock a good piece off of it, when you go back and reshape it, sure, it looks alright, but then you don't have a good streamlined look to your blade, and the tip seems a little thick and blunted. Other people might not notice it, but you certainly will, because I know you and I have a whole lot in common, and stuff like that just, it really eats me up when I do my own knives, and other people say, I don't see it, I don't know what you mean. Well, I do. It sure bugs the snot out of me. Got a flat spot there. If you get a spot that doesn't want to cut loose when you're doing this edge stuff, you can skip it and then work your way back to it. It doesn't matter. It works just fine. It won't make any difference in the overall finished look, and you know, like I said, nobody will ever know. And let's say I'm going to leave about a really heavy 1/4 of an inch on that tip. We'll come back and get it later, but you can see how nice that edge is coming down. So this time, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to braid down. The top surface is what I'm going to be flaking off. So I'm just going to lightly braid down, straighten that edge up, and knock off any loose burrs or boogers that may have been left from your first pass. I don't know if you can see some of these little low spots here. I'll have to go back and knock those down, knock those off. Just nice and light, straight down, same as before. You just want that edge to be good and straight and sharp, so when you come back and do your other side, you don't pull a plug out of that blade. If you do that, then you gotta, if you pull a plug out of it, like right here, you know, you'll have to shorten this whole edge to make it look right. But now, same concept, pushing straight into our hand, just enough to release the portion that you affected with the grinder. And this stuff comes off super easy, especially the second pass, the opposite side of the first pass that you did. Comes off super easy. It requires a delicate touch and making sure not to interrupt your flaking pattern that you've already spent so much time and effort to create. And I think you'll love the end result. I'm actually really glad I did this video for you. I've never done a video before for anybody, not even for myself. I hope I'm able to upload these things, because I probably should have tested it with something. Now I'm going to go all the way up to the tip this time and finish this whole blade, this cutting edge of this blade, so you can see the finished result. There it is. I still have to do the top, but you can see that's looking really nice there. And that is sharp, man. That is sharp. Tell you what, you cut this leather with that if you wanted to. I'm telling you, it'll do it. If you need to, if you need to come back and straighten that up at all, you know, you could just sit there and just kind of pick at it, nice and easy, and straighten it out if you need to. But that's all there is to it. And you can see our overall thickness is pretty good. It's nice and thin. It's a good looking blade. Well, hope that helps you out, John.